Hello and welcome to the Skynet Terminator T1000. The T1000 advanced prototype is a Terminator series produced by Skynet in 2029. The 1000 series Terminator is fully autonomous, and unlike previous infiltrator models that used rubber skin and finally living tissue over a metallic endoskeleton, the T1000 is entirely made of a liquid metal called mimetic polyalloy, meaning that it can reform into any shape it touches of approximate size, thus calling it a shape changer. It can impersonate other people as well as morph its arms into blades. A T1000 features a liquid molecular brain gathered by mimetic polyalloy. The molecular brain allows the T1000 advanced reasoning capabilities, emotions such as humor, and even self-awareness. As a result, a T1000 can make its own decisions contrary to that of Skynet. In order to protect itself from its own creation, Skynet did not mass-produce the T1000. Later, Skynet discontinued the T1000 for this reason. One of the fundamental prime directives of the T1000 was recovery of essence. As the more it lost, the less effective it became. The default command in the mimetic polyalloy molecular memory was to find the main mass and rejoin it. Each molecule had a range of 14 kilometers. If a piece of mimetic polyalloy was out of range from the main body of superfluid, it could mimic something locally as camouflage. For example, a rock or a piece of pipe, until the T1000 came back in range again to detect it. As this trait was encoded at its very basic level, this emergency camouflage reprogramming would manifest itself as a malfunction or glitch when the T1000 was critically damaged. The T1000 that fought with Sarah Connor displayed this glitch in the steel mill. Having been frozen and shattered, the T1000 began to mimic floor coverings and other objects it came into physical contact with, due to its molecules undergoing self-preservation. Due to its liquid metal construction, the T1000 is capable of extensive regeneration from being hit by bullets. Separating the parts of the T1000 was not enough to stop it from regenerating, as the individual pieces would seek each other out and reform to become a complete, fully functioning battle unit again over short distances. The smaller the volume of particles, the less intelligent each piece became. Combined, the T1000 was incredibly capable. However, when in pieces, it merely tried to get back to the whole again. The T1000 infiltrators, as with the other mimetic polyalloy equipped units, are individually developed with an individualized default humanoid shape, which it remains in most of its active service. It is thought that this form was kept as it was more energy efficient than mimicking others and reduced the stress caused to its ability to molecularly expand when it mimicked more obese subjects. Due to the conservation of mass, when the T1000 mimicked a human subject of greater volume than its default form, its density decreased. It therefore compensated for illogical mass constitutions for the subject it replicated. For example, the T1000 may have had to step down more heavily to give the appearance of a greater mass. The T1000 can use its body to register its environments in many ways. It can directly read magnetically encoded information and can run at speeds of at least 40 miles an hour. Combat abilities. The T1000 was not issued with any weapons, but was capable of fashioning any solid metal form, such as knives, swords, and other bladed weapons. The T1000 could not mimic any complex systems, which may have had moving parts, or chemicals like guns or explosives. However, the T1000 was capable of concealing and carrying weapons within itself. In order to form a weapon from a limb, the T1000 had to convert that particular section to a liquid metal state before reconfiguring it, while keeping the rest of his body a solid metal state. In conjunction with the flexibility given by its form, the T1000 series has demonstrated a superior repertoire of martial arts abilities programmed into its subroutines, making it more capable than a T-800 in close combat. The T-1000 could also convert a limb into a blade and throw it like a javelin at an enemy in some situations, with sufficient force to impale a T-800 and knock it backwards at least a few dozen feet. Weaknesses: extreme temperature. The T-1000s that have been encountered in combat were notoriously difficult to destroy, even feared invincible by some resistance members. This highly resistant battle unit was able to withstand a wide variety of temperatures ranging up to at least 300 degrees Celsius. Extremely low temperatures of negative 196 degrees Celsius could freeze a T-1000. Shattering a frozen T-1000 will cause it to suffer glitches, as its self-preservation protocols kick in to compensate for critical damage, but will be insufficient to destroy it. Upon contacting flame, the impersonation or camouflage can be temporarily disabled, possibly due to the intense heat. If the T-1000 was caught in an explosion, the unit would be liquefied for a brief amount of time. Temperatures in excess of 15,035 degrees Celsius, such as those required to smelt iron, could physically alter the bonding of the mimetic polyalloy, then mix with the elements of the alloy, physically altering its molecular structure, thus permanently rendering it inoperative. Thank you for watching the Skynet Terminator Model T1000. Special thanks to the Terminator Wiki for all information you heard today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you can. If you have, thank you, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.